Hello there, fellow stargazers and fellow cosmic seekers. It's Psychic Cynthia here, and welcome. Welcome to your cosmic forecast for Friday, September 18th. And this is your forecast for the week ahead. So that will be Monday, September 21st through Sunday, September 27th. And welcome, fellow seekers of the light. Happy birthday to all of you late degree Virgo suns, which would be one of my good friends, so shout out to you. And also happy birthday to all of you very early degree Libra suns. And the big news for this week ahead is that we are going to be having the fall equinox, at least here in the northern hemisphere, it's the fall. In the southern, it would be the spring equinox. So we're having the fall equinox on this next upcoming Tuesday. So that would be Tuesday, September 22nd. And this is when the sun, that big fiery thing in the sky, when the sun will enter the sign of Libra. And Libra is one of the four most dynamic signs. Dynamic meaning, it's a cardinal sign, which is also called dynamic, and meaning that when the sun is in Libra and any of the other three cardinal signs, there's a lot of active energy. We see a lot of change. So this is one of the pivotal moments of the year. In fact, in my experience, not only as a psychic and an astrologer, but also as a shaman, as somebody who works in the magical arts. So my observation is that this time of the year, around the fall equinox, when the sun enters Libra, and also again around the spring equinox, 6 months later when the sun enters Aries, these are the most pivotal moments of change for the entire astrological year. So be prepared for a lot of inner and outer shift to be getting initiated right now. I mean, this is one of the initiatory signs, so to speak. And it won't just be happening on the day. It won't just be happening on Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020, okay? This is ushering in a new pivotal cycle for you in your life. Now, Libra, and that's what's happening on the fall equinox astrologically, is the sun is entering Libra. So Libra is the sign of, I like to say it's the sign of rebalancing and seeking for balance. Notice I didn't just say it was the sign of balance. It is in a way, but most Librans are not particularly naturally balanced, nor are most people naturally balanced when they're under the influence of the energies of Libra. Libra is about the striving for balance, the quest for balance. It doesn't mean just because you move into Libra or you're born underneath the Libra sun or you have Libra planets, that doesn't mean you're born naturally more balanced. Now some Libras are more calm and balanced. Often Libras do appear calm and balanced on the outside, but on the inside there's a lot of emotional turmoil. And part of that is because Libras want to be so darn balanced that it bothers them when they're not, and then they kind of have this little inner war going on with their emotions. So anyway, I digress here. But then again, we're all a little bit like a sun sign Libra during the time of Libra. So you too may be experiencing some of this. Libra is a sign that can have a little bit of depression, so just be aware of that. And if you start to feel just a little bit depressed, I'm not talking about clinical depression here, just a little mild, melancholia. Maybe spending some time out in nature or around beautiful art or music or lovely, uplifting people. These are the things that Libra likes. And in the time of Libra, we all like these things. So now, starting, at September 22nd, and right around there too, and going all the way for about a month ahead, so that's going to be, roughly 30 days from there. This will be a time where you will probably feel more socially active, or you'll want to be more socially active. You'll want to interact more in a pleasant way with others. And even in your interactions that you have, there will be an inner desire to be more balanced if you can, to be more courteous. I mean, frankly, we could use this Libra energy right now in the world. It could be very healing for our world at this time, and for your world, dear one. So this is a positive energy, but it is a time of initiation. It's going to usher in a greater speed in life. Even though Libra is a sign that likes to hem and haw and think about things a lot before acting, but when the sun moves through Libra, for this time of year, most of us, we do get energized by this. There is a change in the seasons that energizes us, and some people say that September is the new January. I don't know if you've heard that. I don't know if that I agree with that completely. I mean, to me, call me a literalist, but January is January and September is September, right? But the spirit of that saying is that September is a good time to start new projects and make new plans. And I would agree that the part of September when the sun is in Libra, so it's more towards the end, from September 22nd onward, this is a good time to begin making new plans. And it's kind of like the last wind of the year. Libra is an air sign, so that's why we become more sociable and chatty, and we want to reach out and circulate. But we also get that last little boom, that boost of positive energy to maybe wrap up any loose ends, things that we weren't able to achieve earlier in the year. And listen, it's been kind of a wild ride, as I predicted in my Ragnarok video. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Check out my Cosmic Ragnarok video that I did way back at the beginning of the year. I predicted doomsday. Okay, it's not really, it's not doomsday as we think of it, but yes, we are experiencing many cultural deaths and transformations and changing to something new. And that's all part of the larger astrology for this year, with all these planets in Capricorn, and especially the Pluto and Saturn dance with that. So my point is with this, maybe you did not accomplish all that you set out to achieve. Maybe, for example, forest fires or racial protests or COVID lockdowns or one of the many other, interesting things that happened this year. Maybe some of that sort of got you off your path. Or maybe there were even actual restrictions that did not allow you to do what you needed to do to meet your goals. If that's the case, as it is for many of us, just be gentle with yourself, but know that now that the sun is entering Libra, this is a good time to reboot, to look at what you had planned to do, and maybe to make a plan for the next 3 months ahead, okay? The next season. Now, this is also an excellent time to get a reading, whether it's with me or with another competent astrologer or psychic reader. But you do want to have a reading, I feel, even for myself. We want to get our cosmic spiritual psychic checkups at least twice a year in the fall and in the spring. These are the most important times because these are moments where you can pivot. You can change everything. There's a magic to this time. So you need to have that clear path ahead. And, there are always some things that we don't see clearly for ourselves. Even the most advanced teachers, when possible, will call upon their teachers. It's just good to have an outside opinion that is more detached, especially in the time of Libra, because Libra is the partnership sign. So in the time of Libra, we seek the other to mirror back to us our own wisdom. Really a good reader, and this is true of a healer, consultant, coach, therapist, whatever word you want to insert here, a good helper, counselor, a healer, a reader, can only reflect back to you the truth that is inside of you, dear one. So that's something to think about during this time, and maybe at all times, but especially during this time. So, happy fall equinox, happy sun in Libra. Look at your life, look at where you are needing rebalancing. Is there a part of your life where you've been doing too little or putting too little attention? And if so, look at where you've been putting too much attention, okay? That's what this is about. That's what the scales of Libra are about. Looking at how we can get that a little bit more balanced. Think about harmonizing the yin-yang energies within yourself. You need the active, social, get up and go energies of yang, and we need to balance those with yin. So this will be all part of what is going to be happening inside and outside in the world. Not only in the week ahead, this cosmic forecast is really for a month ahead, September 22nd. And not only that, but around there, all the way up to around October 22nd. One more thing that I want to add before I sign off is that we also have a lot of movement with Mercury this week. And again, that's the week of Monday, September 21st through Sunday, September 27th. And Mercury is making a lot of different aspects here. I've got a whole little list. But there's a lot of tension. It looks like on Monday, we've got Mercury square Pluto, and then, which is a really intense sort of cutting mental energy. Okay, Mercury is your communication and your thought processes. And what I would just say overall with all these different shifts happening this week with Mercury is that actually, we may be more intellectually stimulated, and you might want to study and learn. It's a good week for writing and studying and learning and speaking in some ways. But there's an edge to the communications now. So you may be able to express yourself clearly and forcefully and even brilliantly in some ways, especially with Mercury still being in late degree Libra. So you may be able to get your point across clearly and very strongly, but there's an edge to it. And, watch that, okay? Be aware of that. I myself even had something I had typed in on a Facebook comment, and it was just kind of a lighthearted joke, and then I realized afterwards maybe they're not going to take it that way. Maybe they're going to feel trivialized by my comment. So I actually went back and changed it because I didn't want to come across that way. I want to always come across as loving and supportive. Think about that before you type or before you speak. And clarify. If you're not sure if somebody understands, clarify. This is not Mercury retrograde, so it's not a confusing aspect. It's just sharp, okay? And sharp can be great when you're trying to be clear and focused. Like today, getting ready for this video, it was so easy. I felt that my thoughts were all just flowing into a nice laser focus for you. But then also, I want to make sure that you want to make sure, okay, is what I'm saying, that there is clarity is balanced with compassion, intensity is balanced with kindness and compassion. It isn't all about being right. It isn't all about showing off. This isn't really a showy transit, but it is a brilliant. These transits do produce a lot of mental energy that can be very focused on. And at the end of the week on Sunday, actually, so that's Sunday the 27th of September 2020, Mercury will enter Scorpio, and it will be there for a month. We'll talk about that maybe more next week, maybe not, we'll see. That is even more so what I'm talking about here, even more of that focused energy. When Mercury is in Scorpio, people do care in general more about being right than being happy even. So there's that do or die, have to be right kind of attitude. And I don't know, I don't think that has really ever helped too many people spiritually advance. But maybe in some situations it's the way to be. I do understand being principled. And so that is the positive, can be the positive aspect of this. But, be careful about being self-righteous. Be careful about always thinking, your side is right and the other side is completely wrong. because in the universe there is yin and yang, and they blend together. Nothing is completely yin or yang in this physical universe. It is all blending together. Something might be more right. For example, it might be more right to you, but then there also might be elements of it that are right to somebody else. Have you thought about that? Okay, or right for somebody else. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of like tea. Like, some people like coffee and some people like tea. You know, which one is right or wrong? Or like some people like black tea, but they hate green tea. Does that mean green tea is wrong? No. And so sometimes, you know, in this time when Sun is in Libra, and especially when Mercury goes into Scorpio at the same time, there might be a tendency to think, to go to the other end, you know, away from Libra, to go to the extreme of self-righteousness and always thinking, you know, you're right and you know the position for everybody. Well, nobody probably is, okay? Even the most wise person. How can you know for everybody? Something to think about. And actually, why would you want to? What a responsibility. What a weight that would be to try to think that you had to figure out the ultimate truth for everybody. I hope you're not carrying that weight, because I think that would be very heavy. If you're carrying that, I would invite you to just place it down gently and free yourself, dear one. So until next time, I'm sending you cosmic love from the beautiful stars all around us, and wishing you bright blessings.